So Tim, thank you for joining us. What role can IATA play and its members in helping to fight wildlife trafficking?
Well, IATA, as the core of the international airline community, has the ability to reach just about every chief executive, every board, every major player in the airlines today. And if we can use IATA to impart the message to a number of airlines, not all of whom are on message at the moment. We did try at the IATA AGM last year as the first step, and since then IATA has become particularly active in all of this. Where IATA can really act as the sort of conduit of messaging, because no other entity can actually do it to the extent that IATA could, that's where they will be really helpful, and the sooner they get on with that and accelerate the messaging that's coming out of multiple groups like the United for Wildlife side of things, the better.
And what has Emirates done specifically to raise awareness of this issue?
Well, we got involved in this a couple of years ago, over 2 years ago now, and I was invited to sit on the task force with a degree of ignorance, I have to say, and I realised at the end of the first meeting that one, we had a major problem, two, that the airline community in something like Emirates, which has a global brand, which is a pretty powerful one, could leverage that brand to get the message that the United for Wildlife people want to get across quickly and globally. And so what we did was we set out using a number of means to do that, one of which was, of course, painting the aeroplanes with these huge decals. We did that within about a month of the decision being taken. We then entered into social networks. We did a number of things and sustained that message. It wasn't a flash in the pan. We've been at it for 2 years, and we will continue to do that. So airlines that feel that they can do that kind of thing and that they have buy-in from the management and the boards to get engaged in something like this, that's the way to go. That's what we did. My shareholder, we only have one, was quite keen on the idea, and in a slightly self-serving manner, it added value to what the core brand values are. It's a caring airline, not just about people, but the environment and the world, so we're heavily into supporting environmental aspects of what we do, and this was just another facet of that. So it's a good thing. There are many other similar issues in the world today other than wildlife where I believe the airline community could work together to do better things. So this is just one of them, and that's what Emirates has done.
Leadership is obviously very key to this, and it's something that you're very personally committed to. What does this mean to you personally, and how important is leadership from the top for this kind of work?
Well, to answer the second question first, it can only work from the top. I find that in many things, unless where there is an understanding that support is needed, or there is a feeling that things should be done, it can't work from the bottom upwards, unfortunately. The sooner you get the buy-in from the top, the quicker it'll work, and the quicker you can get action, speed to market, if you like. So it's very important that the airline community, in this case, take the lead from the top, the boards or the CEOs, and they direct how that is going to happen. Otherwise it won't, because it departs from their normal modus operandi of running businesses, marketing, sales, cabin crew, whatever it may be. You step outside that and you've got to spend a little more time, possibly money, and try to do that. So it's something that has to happen from the top. Personally, as I said, I went into that first meeting slightly ignorant about what was going on, didn't realise the metrics, African elephant disappearing, rhinos going on at such a pace we would have none. Listening to His Royal Highness Prince William, Duke of Cambridge, very eloquently setting out the landscape of the diminishing group of wildlife that was so important to us as children, and have been for thousands of years. Suddenly, in my lifetime, it looked as though we wouldn't have anything left. So we have a moral obligation. I considered myself in a position where I could activate the brand. I couldn't have done it if I was lower down the company, I suppose. So I'm afraid I kind of used the brand to further that, but I knew it to be a good thing. I knew everybody within my shareholder group and the management that worked with me would be supportive of it, so it was no big deal. Easy to do.
So Tim, thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure.